Paris, that quiet night suddenly turned into a moment of emotional upheaval in the virtual world. One sudden question haunted millions of ARMY. What actually made Taehyung unable to hold back tears during the unexpected Weverse livestream? Behind the studio lights and the glamorous BTS stages, it turns out there is a story far deeper and more touching than the public ever imagined. Without any prior notice, Kim Taehyung, better known as V of BTS, appeared in an unscheduled Weverse livestream, wearing a simple hoodie and sitting in a dim room lit only by a desk lamp. But that wasn't what caught attention. There was something on his face, a line of sadness too real to hide. Soon after, millions of eyes witnessed the unexpected. Taehyung began to cry. For years, ARMY had become familiar with Taehyung's various expressions: happy, calm, joking. But that night was different. He looked fragile, and his voice trembled as he finally said, I just want to be honest tonight." That sentence broke the silence and opened a shocking new chapter of the untold BTS story. The moment went viral within minutes. Social media platforms were flooded with clips and instant translations. But the climax wasn't just when Taehyung cried. Minutes later, an official comment appeared. Jungkook's BTS account, who was also watching, left a comment that sparked another emotional explosion. "I never wanted you to carry all of that alone, Taehyung." That comment immediately sparked a wave of speculation. What were they hiding? What had happened all this time behind the smiles and performances that entertained millions? What made the situation even more confusing was when Jimin, a BTS member known to be closest to Taehyung, left a comment consisting of only 3 words: "This isn't real." 3 words were enough to shake the entire ARMY community and raise a bigger question. What wasn't real? Why did Jimin seem so shocked by the confession that hadn't even been fully revealed? The live stream only lasted about 18 minutes, but its impact was longer than a full 3-hour concert. Taehyung indeed didn't specifically mention what made him so emotional, but he gave enough clues in his scattered words, restrained tears, and expressions that could hardly be hidden. "I'm tired of having to look strong every day," he said hoarsely. "I want to share everything, but I'm afraid, because I know not everyone will understand." Minutes after the live stream ended, the fan community began piecing together the puzzle. Some believed it was related to the military service pressure currently being experienced by Taehyung and Jungkook. Others believed it had to do with internal tensions that had long been carefully hidden from the public. But whatever it was clear that night bore witness to something long concealed beneath the surface of BTS's glamorous shine. It didn't stop there. About an hour after the broadcast ended, Jungkook uploaded a short video on Weverse. His face looked serious, without edits or filters. He stared at the camera and simply said, "If I could turn back time, I wouldn't let him bear it all alone." That sentence seemed to open the floodgates to a larger emotion. Many ARMY began connecting this to incidents vaguely mentioned by the members in the past, especially related to the pressure-filled years when BTS faced internal conflict and overwhelming global publicity demands. The biggest question remains, what exactly had they been hiding all this time? What was so heavy that it made Taehyung cry, Jungkook confess, and Jimin disbelieve? Some fans speculated that it had to do with a major managerial decision from their agency, HYB. Speculation intensified when an old post from last year resurfaced, an interview where Taehyung said, "There are many things we can't say because we're afraid it could destroy a lot." But it wasn't just ARMY who reacted. South Korean media immediately picked up the live stream as a major headline. Articles popped up with dramatic titles: "Tears of VBTS. Is this the end of the silence era?" "Jungkook admits emotional burden, sign of crisis in BTS." And "Jimin can't believe it. Is BTS cracking?" All media seemed to race to uncover the truth behind the emotional moment. One local media outlet even claimed to have an insider who said there were disagreements among members regarding the group's future after military service ends. The source stated that the pressure Taehyung felt came from uncertainties over the group's comeback plan, which forced him to hold back many big decisions alone. But until now, there has been no official confirmation from HYB. All that exists is silence, and it is that silence that has made speculation grow wilder and ARMY's emotions deepen. Many recalled small moments in the past: Taehyung's blank stares backstage, cold interactions between members, long pauses in personal vlogs, and began reinterpreting everything. Were those signs already there all along? In the ARMY community, two large camps have now formed. One side demands clarity. They feel entitled to know what actually happened because they've offered unconditional support. The other side chooses to protect the idol's privacy, believing that if Taehyung cried, he needs a hug, not an investigation. What's certain is that night changed many things. A live stream that initially seemed like a personal emotional release turned into a major turning point in BTS's narrative. No one knows exactly where the story will lead next. But one thing is clear: the line between stage and reality no longer exists. That live Weverse was not just an emotional moment. It was a cry from someone who had kept everything silent for too long. And those tears were the sound of a wound too deep to be voiced in words. Are we ready to hear the truth that's long been tightly kept? Is this the beginning of a big confession about BTS's future? Or will everything fall back into silence? Right now, the world can only wait, observe every small clue, and hope that behind all the sadness captured that night, a new hope will emerge. Because in the end, behind Taehyung's tears, Jungkook's silence, and Jimin's shock, lies a story that may change everything we ever thought we knew about BTS. But after the emotional storm and widespread speculation, now several clarifications begin to emerge and shift the narrative significantly. Official facts from reliable sources state that Taehyung's Weverse Live that night did not contain any major confession, internal conflict, or cracks within BTS as widely reported by media and internet users. Clarification from HYBE's official statement confirmed that Taehyung was simply having a personal rest moment and did the live broadcast spontaneously to calm his mind and greet fans. The tears seen were a personal emotional release unrelated to any group conflict or external pressure. This was confirmed by close staff to Taehyung, who stated the moment was an honest reflection of his feelings, not a protest or a sign of internal crisis. Jungkook also did not post any big confession as misquoted by various social media users. Those sentences were a part of casual interactions that were taken out of context and manipulated to build a dramatic narrative. Even the comment from Jimin, reportedly saying "this isn't real," was never written in the live stream's chat and was only an edited hoax from a fake account that went viral on platform X, formerly Twitter. In conclusion, the report suggesting a major drama, meaningful tears, and internal conflict among BTS members, especially Taehyung, Jungkook, and Jimin, is baseless and has been twisted to create sensationalism. Those facts have been directly clarified by the related parties. This serves as a reminder for everyone, including media and fans, to remain critical, not easily provoked by emotional narratives, and to verify the truth before spreading unconfirmed information.